Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
I'm Alda Chania Ananta. In this presentation, I will present 3 articles. The first article is about augmenting English public speaking skills through peer evolution, a case study in Toastmaster International Club. The second article is about EFL teachers' strategies to accommodate students' learning styles in distance learning and their challenges. The last article is about examining EFL students' ISEB and OSEL as a mixed internet-based online learning environment during COVID-19 pandemic. Well, let's just start from the first article and we'll sequentially. The first is method, research design. The qualitative research method was used to investigate the understanding of the research questions, such as to know kinds of peer evaluation elements used by the evaluator and to find how the Toastmaster speakers interpret the evaluation given by their peers. The participant, the researchers used the snowball sampling technique to select the research participant. 2 participants were members of Malang Toastmaster Club, and 1 participant was a member of Han Toastmaster Club Surabaya, East Java, Indonesia. Next, the data collection. In this study, the researchers used the in-depth interview to get the information about the kinds of peer evaluation elements used by the evaluator and how the Toastmaster speakers interpret the evaluation given by their peers using English, with both speakers and evaluators are in Toastmaster Club Malang and Surabaya. Data analysis. The researchers select some section of participants, the scores as providing the satisfactory answers to his or her questions, whereas other parts of participants, the source are ignored or treated as unimportant. There were 3 steps of triangulation techniques proposed by Andika and Mitsalina 2020. Which was adopted in this research covering first, a reduction process. The researchers summarized the important information linking to the focus of the research mentioned by the subject study learning during the interview process. Next, the findings. Peer evaluation elements. Toastmaster Club also includes the evaluation speech as one of the annual competitions from the club level to the district level and up to the World Speaking Championships level, Usman et al. 2018. Which means both the evaluation process and delivering speech were essential in TMI. Toastmasters member interpretations toward peer evaluation. The Toastmasters members found it challenging and interesting when performing their speech either in the prepared speech or impromptu speech due to the evaluation sessions. Self-improvement. Supporting the purpose of Toastmaster International as a club that focuses on motivating the members to improve both communication skills and leadership. Peer evaluation was mentioned as an effective way to improve the competencies. Next, we move to the second article. The method. The research employed a phenomenological qualitative method to see and explore the experiences and perspectives of teachers in accommodating students' learning styles in distance learning during the COVID-19 pandemic. The qualitative approach is intended to deeply explore the experience that the teachers had in accommodating students' learning styles in distance learning settings. Participant. The population of this research was a state vocational high school in Jakarta, Indonesia. The school was chosen for two reasons. First, the school applied full distance learning following the instructions from the government to eradicate COVID-19 virus spread. Second, the school gave the freedom for the teachers to design and deliver the lessons. Next, the findings. The collected data were descriptive and interpretive. The interview questions asked to the respondent were intended to address the research questions to discover the experience in accommodating students' learning styles in distance learning. Using various online platforms. Distance learning used various online platforms as the primary source of teaching and learning because they allowed the teachers to provide various teaching materials and activities covering several types of learning style. Students' lack of motivation. In a challenging situation during the pandemic, everyone must help their issues. The same situations also apply to the students. The drastic change during the pandemic might affect the students physically and mentally, affecting their motivation in distance learning. Another challenge faced by the teachers was how some students lacked motivation and had a hard time adjusting themselves to their current situations. This condition had affected performance and influence in the class. Discussions. This phenomenological study has disclosed teachers' experience in accommodating students' learning styles in distance learning. From the findings above, the teachers believed that it was essential to be aware and be able to map students' learning styles in the class they taught. Next, we move to the last article. Research design. The researchers employed the correlation method to gather data for this research. The correlation approach examines the link between two variables related to two distinct occurrences. Correlational studies are used to see if two variables have a correlation without claiming to be able to infer a causal relationship. Lee et al. 2015. Participants. Data were acquired from undergraduate students enrolled in the seventh semester of the English Language Education Study program at a reputable university in Malang, Indonesia. The university was among the first pioneers that switches learning to an online platform during the early pandemic outbreak in Malang, which conducted online learning. The findings of EFL students are ISEB and OSEL are two variables in this analysis. The correlation between EFL students, ISEB, and OSEL, the ISEB questionnaires has three dimensions: internet beliefs in general, beliefs regarding justification derived from a variety of sources, and personal justifications beliefs. The second, EFL students ISEB and OSEL levels. The alternatives on the Likert scale are strongly disagree, disagree, agree, and strongly agree, are transformed into numbers. First, equal strongly disagree, 2 meaning disagree, 3 equal agree, and 4 equals strongly agree. The result of the students' interviews, the researchers conducted online interview using the Google Meet application with one male student named student 52 and one female student named student 101. Discussion. Students can define learning targets, organize learning activities, and assess academic achievements through self-regulations, which is as an interactive and productive process. Change et al. 2013. That's all from me. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.